So FundedNext, one of the biggest prop firms in the CFD space, basically behind FTMO, has just launched their futures prop firm. And in order to stand out, they're trying to do a couple of new things. And so I'm going to tell you everything that I don't like and everything that I do like about this FundedNext futures prop firm. And the reason I'm making this video is because companies trying to come up with new things usually leads to this negative cycle that has already happened with the CFD space, and that has led to a lot of companies going bankrupt. And I don't want the same to happen with futures prop firms. And so I'm going to be looking at everything that they're offering, and I'm going to tell you if I do think that the future space is now in a bubble, or if we're just going to see a little bit of innovation which we've had from other firms and the future space as a whole just grow. So let's go into their website, let's review all of the things that they claim to do better, and let's see what I don't like and what I do like. So with that being said, let's go into the computer. So this is the FundedNext website for the futures. You have both CFDs and futures. It's all on fundednext.com. And one of the things that stands out instantly is that they have a one-time fee instead of a monthly fee. Personally, I don't think that this is an extreme game changer unless unless you want to go very slowly on the challenge phase. Personally, I don't like to go slow on the challenge phases. Usually a challenge takes me 1 week or a couple of days, hey, but don't follow this advice, to pass or fail. And so therefore, this is not something that would completely change things for me, but I do know that, for example, inside of Funded Trading Blueprint, that would be something that people would like because you're getting used to the future space, and so you don't want to get a subscription on your futures prop firm. And so with that being said, FundedNext gives you the one-time fee, which makes it, well, better for people that want to take it slow. Now you have up to 300k in trading accounts. This is the same thing on the CFDs, and this is one of the things that I absolutely love. And I might be a little bit biased here, and the reason why is because I've actually already received the 24-hour guaranteed payout bonus. Basically, let me quickly go onto that because this is one of my favorite things. So you get guaranteed payouts, you get paid in 24 hours, or we pay $1,000 extra. And funnily enough, my first payout with FundedNext, I actually received an extra $1,000 because of exactly that. So hey, I'm a little bit biased, but I absolutely love the 24 hours of guaranteed payout. So again, 24 hours of guaranteed payout. I think this is one of the best things that FundedNext themselves have, no matter if it's the futures now on the futures side or on the CFD space. But the 24-hour guaranteed payout, I just absolutely love it. And then we have the news trading that is unrestricted. A lot of the companies, what they do is that they put a couple of news that you can't trade. And so if you do make profit from that large movement, they will remove that profit from you. And so they decided to go with news trading unrestricted, which is good. It gives you more freedom. So for example, for me now on CFD prop firms, I always like to go for swing accounts. And the reason why is because I don't have to worry about having to close a trade a couple of minutes before or not open a trade in these couple of minutes. So I just prefer it, and so news trading is unrestricted. Now, the other thing that is also very important to keep in mind, because it plays a lot with the math, is that there is no activation fee. Complete your challenge and get your FundedNext account without an activation fee. And I think this is very good, because you know that a lot of the ways that these firms get more money in is through the activation fees. But do keep in mind that you basically either pay a lot for the challenge and don't pay an activation fee, or you don't pay a lot for the challenge and you get the activation fee. That's the balance that you will see between the different firms. So the no activation fee is something that is nice, but overall is something that I don't really bat an eye on that much. But it's always good to have if you're looking to not fail a lot of challenges, basically. So no time limits. We know exactly what this is. 5-day payout cycle. Once eligible, traders can get payouts in as low as 5-day payout cycles. That is very good. And all of the rest is just a standard. So we've gone onto the guaranteed payouts. Absolutely love it. And this is the other thing. So FundedNext has this on the CFD space, which is something that another company used to have. And this is actually very good. I absolutely love it. So So 15% of profit share from the challenge. Enjoy 15% profit share from the challenge phase profits, which means once you get funded, once you get to a certain threshold of payouts that you need to get, you also get an extra 15% of all the profits that you made through the challenge. They have the amounts a little bit further down the line, so I'll show you that. And this is one of the things that is very, very good. A lot of firms are basically using third-party providers to give them their platforms, but with FundedNext, you have the main ones. You have Tratovate, you have NinjaTrader, and you have TradingView. Personally, again, I've said so many times personally, it's insane. But again, I'm trying to criticize as much as I can and also give you as many tips as I can. So I like to always go for Tratovate because it gives me the freedom to go between TradingView and also Tratovate, which has a trade copier integrated. And for me, that uses Mac, Tratovate on the web is the way to go. Now, this is where things get spicy because this is where they try to change things a little bit. So they have 25k accounts, 50k accounts, and 100k accounts, right? And FundedNext is now the only prop firm that offers on the 50k account a 1-to-1 profit to drawdown ratio. And the way they do this is because you have the daily loss limit. Again, you have to understand that for these things, it's always a balance, right? It's always a balance of if you're getting a good profit to drawdown ratio, that means you're sacrificing on somewhere. And I'm telling you that you have the daily loss limit, and this is one of the things that I personally don't like as much because, as you know, I've talked about it in this video. I like to go more aggressive on the challenges, but they have the consistency rule of 40%. And there's one specific reason in which I would say that this is actually worth it, and that is because of something that we'll talk about on the FAQs. So profit to drawdown ratio on the 25k and on the 50k is a 1-to-1. So I would recommend you going for either a 25k or a 50k instead of going to the 100k because it's so much harder to pass. Personally, I don't think it's worth it at all. So in terms of what plan you should probably go for, I would say either the 25k or the 50k. I don't really like the 100k because the profit to drawdown ratio is 1-to-2. And so these ones are the ones that make most mathematical sense, right? So you have no activation fees. You can't really trade a lot of contracts, but do keep in mind 3 minutes for a 50k account is a lot, right? So the consistency rule, again, 40%. Now, what is the thing that makes this actually good? It's the fact that they have a no payout cap. That means that if you make $10,000, you can withdraw that money. While all of these other firms, they give you a payout cap of like $2,000, $2,000, $2,000. And after a ton of payouts, you can finally get your full payout. FundedNext has decided to take another approach in which you don't have the payout cap. But again, because of that, you have a little bit of a harder challenge. But guess what? If you make good money on the funded account, you can withdraw good money, right? You don't have to constantly be trying to grind the funded account until you finally can get your full payout. So the fact that you don't have a cap on how much you can withdraw is actually very, very nice, because it has happened to me where I just keep grinding this account over and over again, and then because of one day, everything is gone. While if I would have had no withdrawal cap, I could have just withdrawn all the profits and then continue grinding that account. And if I lose it, I lose it. So I do think that that is very, very nice. And I'm very excited to actually get a good payout with FundedNext futures, just like I have on the CFD side. So the link you have in the description is going to get you up to 30% off, especially now on their launch period. I'm going to try to get funded with them and then get a good payout so I can share it with all of you. I would love to be able to share that with all of you, especially my favorite feature of having basically no payout cap. But overall, you get 15% of what you make on the challenge. You have the 24-hour payout guarantee, which I've taken advantage of. You can get a payout every 5 days. You don't have an activation fee. It's not going to be a subscription. You're not going to have like a surprise charge on your credit card, which has happened to me, by the way. You can withdraw 100% of your profits after 30 winning days. You can't trade through news. You don't have a time limit, and you can scale up your contracts up to 10 minis, but obviously that takes time. So overall, I think that FundedNext has brought what they are doing great on the CFD side and are trying to bring it to the futures side. So hopefully this is a step in the right direction with futures firms. Let's see if FundedNext is able to provide the service that they were providing on on the CFD side, now on the future side. I'm excited to try their challenge out. Let me know if you want to see me basically documenting the journey of getting a big payout from FundedNext. I might fail a couple of challenges, but hey, that is myself. I don't recommend you doing that, but that is basically it. I hope you enjoyed. Check the link in the description for up to 30% off, and I'll see you on Saturday. Peace. Hope you enjoyed this video. Click right here to watch the full guide on getting funded this year. And if you're looking for a reputable firm to get funded with, then FundedNext is the way to go. Click right here and use code Kimmel for 120% refund. And if you're struggling with overtrading, you already know Trade Blocker is the way to go.